Hello everyone, how are you? You alright? Good. I'm out again in the woods. This woods I'm going to call, let's see, Hollywoods. Plenty of holly around, which can be very useful. So yeah, Hollywoods it's going to be. And I'm doing an overnighter, and this is private woodland, so I've got to be cautious around here. Today I've got a 4x4 tarp and a hammock, and I'm going to be doing an enclosed setup, with doors on it, because we have got some snow forecast and the winds not too bad at the moment, but we might have some gusty winds later on tonight, so that's what I'm going to do anyway. It's lovely to get out. Been like a caged animal at work, and now I'm free. Finally. Seems like forever, but it's great to see you all, and hope life is treating you well. And, what I'm going to do is find my winter location, one of my winter locations up here that I use, and you'll see why I call it Hollywoods. But I'm going to get there shortly, and I can't wait to set everything up and spend some time with you guys. Thank you for joining me. This is excellent. Fresh air. No road noise up here. No people noise at the moment, only myself. It's given the cold weather, I'd say it's what temperature was it when I set out this morning? I think it was around 1 degrees, but it's plummeting. Tonight the forecast around -5 down to -7, so that's going to be good. Another reason for doing the enclosed tarp setup with the hammock, the doors. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So enough of me going on it. Yeah, let's get there. See you in a minute. Hollywoods. Like I was saying, I can't wait to set the gear up. It is starting to snow very lightly. There's a bit of hail mixed in with it, so I'm going to get on and get set up. But this is a lovely private little camp location that I've got, and I've used it many times. Very secluded and sheltered. Obviously I'm surrounded by holly bushes, as you can see, so that gives me plenty of shelter from incoming winds and the weather, the elements. That's the tarp up, as you can see behind me, with doors. That took some time to do. I think it's a bit like a chrysalis myself, so I'm going to call it a chrysalis setup. You usually have the ridge line of the tarp itself, the loops across the top, but in this instance I've put the ridge line of the tarp going up and over the ridge line itself, and the reason behind that is, as you can see, I've used these loops that would normally go across the top here as pull-outs. I've just done taut line hitches there, and I've put some notch in some holly that you saw me doing a minute ago, so that's not going to slip anywhere, and it's fully adjustable, and that's to take any bagginess out of the tarp and give me more room with inside. I've done the usual here. Got my prusik knots on the ridgeline and a carabiner on the loops, and then all I've done is I've got a carabiner at each corner of the tarp, brought them in. As you can see, I've brought the corners in like that. So these are the corners, and I put a carabiner just to hold it together, which helps with setting the tarp up, or so I find. So if I back up like that, so I put another carabiner here across just to hold it, and this was just for the setting up purposes. I found it a lot easier to do by holding it together that way. So that's the corner of the tarp that's been thrown over. That's the one corner, and that's the corner of the opposite side. I've brought them together, and I've put the carabiner there that I've just told you about, and I put another one there on the two loops to hold it in place. So then I can corner. All you do is count one in and pull it taut and peg that down there. So that's the one corner. You just repeat it for the other side basically. So you can see there's the carabiners, one there, and there's one down on the floor. So put that there. You could peg it down if you wanted to, but I'd had some carabiners handy. So all you do is that's the far corner, and you count one in, and then you peg it down. And we'll see how we go tonight. I don't know. I can only go on what I was told on the forecast, really. So there's supposed to be some light snow showers and breezy, windy. I'd have saved myself a lot of trouble if I'd have known the exact height to set by originally, but to put the ridgeline height at, because it's a 4x4 tarp, and I just guessed it. I did get lucky. It's I'd say it's around 5. If you set it to about 5.5 foot in height, then you're not going to be far off. Anyway, we'll have a look inside. As you can see, there's tons of room in there, and because I've pulled the sides out on the ridgeline of the tarp, took any bagginess out, I've got all the more room. I've got the secondary ridgeline up. As you can see, I've got my lantern up, my little battery lantern, and of course couldn't be without the UCO candle lantern as well. But the stacks of room in here. It's hard to convey on camera just how much room there is, but I'm really pleased with it, and talk about sheltered. Going to be very cosy in here tonight. As you can see, I've put the doors on this side, which is the side that I choose to come in and out, rather than the back there. I think I'm going to leave that sealed, the doors on the back. So I've opened these up where they were carabiner, just down here on the floor. I've undone that and just tied them up to where I've got that branch of holly to take the bagginess out of the tarp. I've tied them off to there, and I'm really happy with it. Admittedly, I can't stand inside there. If I show you, see, I am slightly bent over, but yeah, that's not a big price to pay really in such a good shelter. And I'm enclosed from all the elements. There's nothing can touch me in here, no matter what the weather can throw at me. It's well pinned down. I've got the option of putting extra pegs in if I want to, in between the peg points. I've got another 1-2 peg points if I wanted to, if it really got windy, and I could tie it down a lot more. But I'm really impressed with it. It's really cool. I wish I'd tried this a long time ago, to be honest with you. Imagine if you did it with, I suppose you could do it with a 3x3 tarp, but you would really be limited for space then, but I dare say it's possible. I suppose you could do it if you were ground dwelling in a bivvy bag or what have you, then you'd have a ton of room then. But yeah, it's ideal. I can't think of a better setup really for torrential weather, as snow, rain, wind. But so like I say, it's my first night in it, so we'll see how we get on. Hopefully I'll get some rain and snow and whatever. But knowing my luck, I won't have asked for it. You know what always amazes me when I come to the woods, or any woods, is how to think that the trees are all interlinked with one another. How they can, or how they do, send messages to each other, warning of drought or disease, and they can share water and nutrients to one another. It's amazing, isn't it? They can, supposedly they can even warn each other of insect attacks and things like that. But I imagine drought being a main one. It's crazy, isn't it, how everything's connected. Absolutely stunning. Why would you want to be anywhere else? You wouldn't, would you? No chance. Bahamas? Nah. Not for me. Give me woodlands any day. Nice quiet woodlands. No people around. No barking dogs. And, I'm a happy man. And of course, get a partner along as well. So I know she enjoys it the same. But yeah, it's warmed up considerably as the day's gone on. It's surprising. I noticed that the wind has picked up, but that was forecast. But it was supposed to get colder throughout the day. I don't know, we'll see. So it's only about 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. now. And I'll have myself something to eat in a bit. I'm quite hungry. I think that's another problem, like people, you know, getting cold when they're wild camping, is that maybe they're not getting enough calories, and they're thinking that it's the equipment that they're using. It could be the equipment they're using, but I notice like a big difference if I have low calorie consumption when I'm stopping out the night, and I do feel the cold a lot more. But not that I ever really do suffer with the cold. Summer gets me more so. But yeah, I always find like have something sugary snack or something, I don't know, a trail mix, or you know, something with high calories in before bed, and you're putting fuel inside you, so your body's burning those calories up, and thus creating some heat inside you, so you're not going to be so cold throughout the night. So yeah, just before you get into your hammock or get into your bivvy bag, grab something to eat out your bag and pick away, and you'll find you'll sleep a lot more warm. That's what I find anyway. Of course, it can be down to your gear and your kit as well. There's a lot of factors that come into it, but a nice, easy, straightforward one is get those calories down your neck. and eat just before you go to bed. The rules out here are slightly different to when you're at home in bed. Of course, you're not going to scoff your face just before you hit the sack. Otherwise, you're going to end up 20 stone. But yeah, but it's fine. It's fine to do while you're out here, and it's a good practice. It is a gorgeous place here. I do keep saying it. You see why I call it Hollywoods now, can't you? Hours and hours wandering around here. The thought process is a lot clearer out here. Mine are anyway. I can clear my head. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than being in behind four walls. I'm right by camp now. I'm inside there. I'm in there. See? Look at that for cover. Nobody's going to know I'm in there. Can't see a thing. I'll go a little closer, see when we can see the tarp. See the tarp? Right in the centre of the screen. Right, thirsty, so I'm going to do myself a nice drink, a nice cup of coffee in my Tatonka cup today. That's lit okay. I keep the meths in a sock in its bottle, as I've shown you before, and I keep that in my pocket, so I keep the cold out of the meths, because it can be a real pain to light if you don't do that. Okay. Here's a little lid that I made for my Tatonka cup. I've had it several years. Haven't used it in a good while. Pretty thirsty. Oh, where's my bottle? Here it is. Decent coffee, decent amount there. I do like these Tatonka cups. I usually end up using the Crusader, because it's a little bit bigger, and you can cook in the Crusader, as you know. So I do like the handles on the Tatonka cup. If you haven't seen one before, great little handles on there. Very comfy in the hand. It's stainless steel as well. Well, I don't do reviews or anything. It's just something that I've had for years and found it's pretty good. But out of this and the Crusader cup, I'd pick the Crusader cup. I've just bought this for old time's sake. I got my coffee granules in a Sterident bottle. No, I haven't got full steam. I got my milk. So I'm looking forward to this drink. Let's sit in the hammock. I just wanted to show you what hammock I'm using. I'm using the front line. This is the standard front line, and all I've done is reversed it, turned it upside down so the bug netting's underneath, and I lie on the material itself, so I can't damage this netting in any way. And all I've done is clip onto it with the under blanket, and I've got the Dura 2. I always like that sleeping bag, and I've got myself an inflatable pillow. No dogs barking today. This has been nice. It's a nice change. So I'm afraid a lot of these woodlands get used as dogs' toilets, don't they? People just bring them for the dog to have a poop and that's it. But yeah, it's been very quiet. 4x4 tarp. It's not very often that I use it throughout like the warmer months. Obviously I'm not going to use it. It's more like an option for the winter for myself, and for obvious reasons I got far more cover with a 4x4 from the elements. But it's this setup's proving to be fantastic. So it's quite breezy out there, and in here there's nothing at all. And once I close those doors off, like I have down the rear end here, as you can see them, if you can see them, it'll be lovely. Much like a huge tent, but I'm going to be far more comfortable in my hammock. It's going to be great. So I've got the best of both worlds, really. I'll see how we get on tonight in here, and all being well, I'll be using this setup again. It is ideal. It's a shame that you can't stand up really in here. You are like slightly stooped over, as I showed you earlier, but you can't have it always, can you really? I mean, how big a tarp do I need to bring, you know? It'd have to be huge. It'd have to be like 5x5. I believe this manufacturer does one that size anyway, but I'm not going to be carrying something like that. That's for like a group shelter, and 4x4's enough. I could do the obvious thing, and I could raise it off the ground, and I'd have a gap of like well, obviously like a foot underneath, 12 inches all round, and then I'd be able to stand up, but then I'd have like more draft in here. So it's all, you know, I'm really chuffed. This is perfect if there's like any snowfall or whatever, because as you know, if you're in a hammock or under a basher or whatever that's not low enough to the ground, when it's snowing, the snow can drift up underneath and circulate within under the tarp and get you soaked that way. I don't want any of that, and this is right down to the ground. So if there was any snow, hint hint, please. So if there was any snow this evening, I'd be fine. There's no chance of anything drifting in here and getting me soaked. So I'm going to finish off this coffee in here, and think about doing some tea, doing my tea. What have I got for tea? Rice and chili con carne, I think. Something straightforward, simple, nice and easy, plenty of calories. Oh, this is the life. I think I'm going to lie down for a bit and, you know, have a good 10 minutes sleep. Well, make that half an hour.
or maybe an hour even. Yeah, it won't hurt, will it?
Time's getting on, and it's soon going to be dark. Temperature's dropping, as you can tell. Right, so I'd say it's well below freezing now, well below zero. Temperature's definitely dropping. I've just checked the weather forecast, the Met Office, and for around here, it's estimated at -7 to -9 tonight. So that's going to be cool. Literally cool. Got chili con carne for my tea, 1 can, 2 cans of chili con carne, and this is really nice stuff because I've had this before. And I've also got mixed pepper rice, and that's really nice. I always have these because they're great. The water that I boil in the billy can to warm the rice up with won't go to waste because I can have that as a coffee. So that's another coffee. So that's a bonus, nothing goes to waste. So just waiting for this to finish off. It's not too far away. Get that a good rolling ball and I can stick this in and get some grub down my neck because I'm starving. I did have a sleep in the hammock, by the way. I feel completely recharged, as you might tell. Great. So anyway, hurry up. Okay, my rice is in there now, so I've got to give that about 3 to 5 minutes. Won't take long. And I've got to find my plate out somewhere, from somewhere or other, out my bag. I don't know where it is. I might just use the billy can to eat out of. In fact, yeah, I'll just use the billy can to eat out of. It's fine. So I get my cup from the cup of coffee with the water, and happy days. Yum yum. Yeah. Put the rice in with it, stirred it all up, and it's ready to eat. And a cup of coffee as well. Here's my 12 centimetre billy can, all full of grub, ready to eat. See that? And I'm going to eat the lot. And I know I'm not going to struggle because I'm a gannet. And after this, I've got for my pudding, I have got, what have I got? I've got a couple of brioche rolls. I say very posh indeed. Basically, it's just like a sweet loaf with lumps of chocolate in it. But let's get on with taste testing. My compliments go to the chef. Very nice. So I'm losing light pretty rapidly now. So obviously I'll do the usual thing. I'll have a tidy round camp before it gets too dark, because obviously I don't want to be walking around outside the tarp in the dark with head torch on, giving myself away, giving my whereabouts away, because the landowner's house isn't too far away. So I've got to be very careful. I'd love a fire, but this is England. There's not much I can do about it. Where I can, I will have a fire, but it's just too sparse. Even with the holly bushes all round, I'm not going to risk having a campfire. I say it's risky enough with a head torch. I don't want to be doing that. And any light that I'm going to be using outside the tarp will have to be red light on my head torch. Right, I'm sure you don't want to see me eating this, so I'll see you in a bit once I've wolfed that lot down and these two down. One thing I have done is I've pegged out another point and same over on the opposite side. It's pulled everything out all the more, made it that little bit more secure than it already was. What a glorious sunset. I don't know whether the camera's going to pick that up, but the treetops look like they're on fire. That is breathtakingly beautiful. Wow. How wonderful to share this moment with you. And there goes Freddie Pheasant. Wow. A winter sunset. Oh, I do love wild camping. No video game, nothing on the telly, anything on the cinema can compare to this, to that out there, all that. Outstanding beauty. Colours deepening with the passing seconds. Utterly beautiful. I'm gonna get back to the tarp hammock and put the lantern on, light the candle lantern, and relax. There's something magical about twilight, isn't there? Oh, brambles. Nature's tripwires. They never die that much, do they? They always seem to be there, ready to leg you over. I don't know if the camera will pick that up either, but the holly looks like it's on fire now. Wow, with the sunset behind it. Peach, orange, purples, blues, reds, golds. Wow, it really is beautiful. I really am privileged to be here. Right, so enough of that. Everything's packed from outside. The lantern's on, the battery powered one is on the inside. You can just see a patch there. That's on. But the main thing is I want to switch that off and get the candle lantern on the go. I've got some beeswax candles. I've got a beeswax candle in there this evening and tonight, so that should last me 14-15 hours easy, so we'll see. Tied in these closer. I just pulled them in with the carabiners. I've got to do the bottom one, but when I get inside I'll do the other side as well in the Chrysalis. Time to light the candle lantern. Woo! So these are the beeswax candles. Oh no! instant home. Deer are at it again. Ah, I'm in the hammock now, as you can tell, and it's lovely. It's about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and yeah, just relaxing and enjoying listening to that. Has it stopped? I believe so. It's not too bad, this woodland, for like aircraft going over. It's not directly under a flight path or anything like that, so they've started again. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. Really nice, quiet woods. Just got to be extra stealthy here because, like I said, the landowner, this house isn't too far away at all. But I can live with that. Right, I'm going to say good night to you all, and yep, all being well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night, everyone. Take care. Morning. Had a good night's sleep. I had a good 8 hours plus sleep easily. No snow, no rain, just a very light frost this morning. I slept really well in here, lovely and warm, toasty warm, and it's surprising just how much room there is in here for all your gear and everything. You can just, so much space inside here. You got no worries of your kit getting in the way or tripping over stuff. It's I'm very impressed. No, obviously, because I'm enclosed, I've had no drafts blowing through or anything like that. Yeah, I've had as good as night's sleep, if not better than I would in my bed at home. So it's about what time is it? It's around about 8 o'clock now. So I need to get up and make myself a cup of coffee. So good morning to you all, anyway. Right, time to get on. Where's my cup? I've put my cup down somewhere. Silly me. I think it's over here somewhere. Here it is. I've been having a coffee and sat down. Right, should we have a look at the tarp setup? There's definitely far more stealthy options than that available at the setups that I could be doing, but you've got to try them all, haven't you? I'm very pleased with it. Had a great night's sleep. fact, I want to get back in there, but no, I've got to pack all my gear away now and get off, because the person that owns this land comes through here quite frequently, especially in the morning. I know that for a fact, so time's getting on, and I really do need to make a move now. So I'm going to take everything down, pack it all away, and the next time you see me, it'll be the leave no trace. I'll show you. Right. Okay then. Time to pack it all away. Oh, see you in a minute. Just do the woodpecker. Don't know if you can hear that on camera. That's lovely to hear. Amazing. Right, I'll continue packing away. The ground's all clear. You never know I've been there. So it's the leave no trace as always. It's always good to show. Right, so off we go then. That's the end of another camp. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, the enclosed tarp with doors and hammock, very impressive. Not the most stealthy of setups, but it's always good practice to swap and change about your setups, gaining knowledge with setting up tarp configurations. So it's all good, very cosy indeed it was. So I'd like to thank you all for joining me. It's been lovely having you along. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'll say bye now then, until next time. So it's Black Country Woodsman over and out. Until next time, take care, see you.